England over Wales, 33 points to 30. A victory for them, triple crown. Congratulations. To be fair, if you've watched the game, and I just watched it, I watched it delayed this morning, didn't know the result, which was kind of a good thing. England seemed like better value than 3-point winners in this one, but Wales managed to pack on a few points towards the end of the game to tighten things up, get themselves a losing bonus point, but not quite enough to get the result done. So yeah, good result for England. And on the scoreboard anyway, a decent result for Wales away at Twickenham, but I'll get to kind of the way the game finished at the end in case you haven't seen it. England got off to their obligatory rapid start. They came out of the blocks firing, and sure enough, Watson got a try early. Went through a couple of Williamses, Thomas and Liam, and it was all from a nice little inside ball and line-up move. Made it 7-0 early. Unfortunately for one of my favourite England players, Johnny May, he went off pretty early. He went down. He looked alright from I think it was from a high ball contest. But he'd taken a knock to the head that took him off for an HIA, and he didn't come back. So that was unfortunate news. But the England backline reshuffled and seemed to go on alright. 7 minutes. It looked like Wales had gone over the line, but there was a knock on as they were trying to get the ball over. There were handbags for quite some time. Eventually, the ref decided that Farrell had kind of given George North a wee bit of a push. He said there wasn't much in it, and it's a pretty soft penalty, but he just said, I'm not having any nonsense from you guys, so penalty. If you keep on with that, this kind of stuff will be penalised in future. And I think that was the only real kind of handbags moment, so maybe it had the desired effect. They kicked the penalty to make it 7-3. England got one back, so Alan Wynne-Jones conceded a penalty at the breakdown, so both captains guilty of conceding penalty points to make it 10-3. Half penalty, kicked one, it was a high tackle. I'm pretty sure it was Farrell, so both captains giving away loads of points, 10-6. But then England kind of finished off the half with a try and a penalty. Daly got one down the left wing. They had penalty advantage, and they just had numbers wide. Some good passing, managed to draw defenders to bite in, and 17 points to 6. And then Moriarty collapsing a maul right on half time. Made it 26. However, England did kind of give them one little gift, as the commentators put it. Atoje gave away a penalty with a high tackle right after 40 minutes. I think England could have had a chance to kick it out and just end the half, but they decided to keep playing. Ended up giving Wales the ball, and Wales managed to sneak in 3 points to make it 20 points to 19 at half time. You'd have to say England were looking pretty good value for their lead in that first half. Second half, though, it starts with Wales getting things like rapid underway quickly. It's all from the kickoff. Tompkins to Navidi, Navidi back to Tompkins, and then Thomas Williams gets the ball. He passes it to Tipper, who's running a great supporting line. He's still got to put the hammer down. He's got enough gas to get there. I think Slade trying to catch him, but can't quite do it. 20 points to 16. At that point, it's game on. Like Wales, who hadn't really looked like unlocking the English defence so much in that first half, just did it like first attempt in the second half. But England kind of exerted some control again with a Farrell penalty. Laws won a penalty to break down 23-16. And then a scrum penalty 26-16. So kind of just keeping the scoreboard ticking over. 61 minutes. England got like 11 phases. And eventually Tuilagi just got space out wide. He just kind of strolls over. So the Welsh defence, I mean, since Sean Edwards left, maybe it doesn't quite look as effective. I know it's still a team in transition, so I won't say too much about it. It's still, they're still learning their roles and what the future is going to hold. But I don't know. I just remember the Welsh defence previously used to go, like you could give them 20 phases under pressure and they would still not have space out wide. But in this case, Tuilagi was just able to, as I said, stroll over. So 33-16, and England are looking at that point like pretty comfortable winners. But that's the last points they scored. Wales on just after the hour. They go like 18 phases on England's defence, but then England's defence holds and Wales knock it on. So it's kind of that reversal of what Wales used to do. Their defence just was seemingly impenetrable. However, 70 minutes, England do get a yellow card warning for conceding too many penalties, and sure enough, on the next lot of phases, they give away another advantage, and Genge gets yellow carded. There's more attacking. They managed to pull or to push George North into touch as Wales are trying to spread them wide. But Tuilangi's tackle is more like a shoulder charge. So yeah, he connects shoulder to head, and TMO has a look. They decide it's a red card, so he's gone. Kind of fortunately for the game, it was towards the end, so it was not like a red card in the first 10 minutes, which is kind of a spoiler. And Tuilangi was pretty gracious in that he went over and kind of, I guess, apologised to George North, shook his hand, and North shook his hand. I don't think North went off for an HIA, which was bizarre, because if any guy needs to be under constant HIA watch, it's that guy. Every time he gets a knock to the head, you just feel sick to your stomach. Hopefully when he's in his 50s, he's going to be all right, because that guy over the course of his career has taken a lot of hits. And you hear some retired guys speak about the way that they are now, and some of them are having pretty bad issues. So anyway, so he got red carded. So for the last kind of, I guess, 8 minutes or so, it's, or is it 5? It's 13 on 15. So England with 13. Wales with 15. Interestingly, Wales go for a line out and try to do a maul rather than try and find some space. I guess with Genge missing, they figure they've got a bit more power there, but England managed to turn them over at the maul. I thought maybe go wide, but not to be. However, 77 minutes, Bigger gets a try. He reaches out and the TMO checks it, but it was kind of good at gold. He touched the ball on the line. That made it 33-23. 7 points scored during the two-man advantage, and then kind of frustratingly for Wales, there was a scrum. Like, they didn't look sharp enough. Like, there was still 2.5 minutes. You have to score twice, but with two-man advantage, you think if you're clinical, maybe you can get 2 scores, but it never really looked like happening. They did, but the clock just wound down with a scrum after a couple of knock-ons, and they did get the try at the death of Tipper. He was out on the right wing. Reece Webb with a great little run and offload. That makes it 33-30. So they do get a losing bonus point. It does look close, but you got to remember 14 of those points are scored with a two-man advantage, which is what, I mean, good on them, because not all teams convert when you got the man advantage. I would have liked to see them do a little bit more in terms of just getting the accuracy up and getting their, I guess, just like haste. They I don't know. Seemed like they'd already resigned themselves to defeat, but you've seen teams come back with minutes to go before, but not to be in this case. But yeah, I think England overall pretty good value for the win. Wales by no means disgraced in that one, but yeah, they did score almost half their points with two-man advantage. So still plenty to work on. Pivac's a good coach. He's going to get things right. It's just going to take a bit of time. Eddie Jones has been with England for quite a while, and he's still adapting his team, and he's doing it pretty efficiently. So the pressure goes on France now to get the job done over Scotland. But yeah, England have done what they can with getting the win here. Maybe they'll be a bit, I guess, annoyed they couldn't push for a bonus point try, but that is what it is. Final stats. Well, Young's got man of the match, and he had like 58 run meters, which was a pretty sharp effort from him. He was on the ball, was a bit of a threat. Run meters were 413 to 491, so Wales edged that, but they did edge the possession and territory as well. They had like 65% territory, and England only had like 36% possession. So, I mean, England kicked the ball a lot. That's a tactical thing. They don't necessarily want the ball. So those stats are kind of a bit misleading, but the fact that England only had 36 possession and managed almost the same amount of run meters, I guess shows you the effectiveness of the game plan. Kicks from hand was a lot in this game, like 39 and 40 from each side. So England 39, Wales 40. That's a lot of kicks. It's a lot of kicks. So, yeah, it's, again, a tactical choice from both teams. Tackling percentages both pretty good. 84% England, 88% Wales, but England made 203. Wales made just under 100, but the dominant tackles won. I remember at 65 minutes they showed a stat. It was like England 26 dominant tackles to Wales' 6. So again, that's a key part of what England do when they are on defence, which they are very comfortable to do. They're happy to kick you the ball, push you into touch, turn you over, make you knock the ball on, or just, put in a dominant tackle and get a turnover. So, yeah, that's kind of a key step for them as always. Tipuric had, a couple of tries, 9 from 9 tackles, which was about a tenth of what the Welsh effort was. But you look at the English back row. Wilson had 22 out of 24. Laws had 20 out of 20. Curry had 22 out of 22. Tackles. That's a lot of tackles, man. Those guys were putting in proper shift. Penalties conceded, 10 to England, 6 to Wales. Tompkins had 7 defenders beaten in a clean break, so he does look dangerous with the ball. But you just feel Wales are not quite there. But still, work in progress, new coach, and all that jazz. So, yeah, pretty entertaining game. Very good result for England. As I said, we watched the next game between Scotland and France with interest. We'll see if France can hold their nerve, because England certainly are putting the pressure on here. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on the game. How did you think things went? Kind of key players, key moments. And yeah, if you are interested in getting either some England or Wales gear, or any rugby gear really, there's a lot of it on sale. Head over to England Rugby Store. I'll chuck a link in the description there. And if you use the code 2cents10, you can get an additional 10% off whatever the price is there. So happy days. But yeah, cheers guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.